the mother of light. A story of faith before the miracle. The air was heavy that night. A strange silence covered the city, not the peace of sleep, but the stillness of fear. Doors were shut, lamps dimmed, and hearts trembling. In that land, a ruler's word was law and his law was merciless. He feared a prophecy. He feared that one child, born among the common folk, would rise and end his pride. And so, he ordered the unthinkable. Every newborn boy must be taken away. The screams had faded over the months. But the fear remained. Like smoke that never clears. In a small corner of that vast empire, a woman knelt in prayer. Her eyes red from crying, her lips whispering words only heaven could hear. She was gentle, yet her spirit was stronger than any soldier's sword. Her husband worked quietly by night, and together they hid their hope from the world's cruelty. But inside her, something stirred. A warmth, a rhythm, a heartbeat. And she knew that a child was coming. Fear met faith that day. Every part of her trembled. Not because she doubted her Lord, but because she knew what the world would do if they found out. Each sunrise became heavier. Each knock on the door made her heart stop for a moment. Yet, in the deepest part of her soul, a whisper came, calm and full of light. Do not fear. For what will come from you will change the world. One evening, she heard soldiers passing. Their torches burned like fire in the wind. Their voices spoke of orders, names, and punishment. She closed her window, holding her chest tight. Tears fell silently. And she looked up to the sky. My Lord, she whispered, you see what they do. You know what they plan. Protect us. Days turned into months. Her belly grew heavy, her steps slower. But her heart, lighter. Every night, she would sit by the river and talk to the stars, telling them of her fears and the dreams she saw again and again. A bright child, shining like dawn, his laughter cutting through darkness. Sometimes, she'd smile and say softly, maybe the world isn't ready for you yet, my little lie. One night, soldiers raided the nearby houses. Cries echoed in the distance. She held her belly and prayed. Not yet, O Lord, please, not yet. And then silence. The storm passed. The soldiers moved on. She sank to her knees, trembling but alive, and whispered through her tears, if you wish, I will wait. If you choose, I will bear this child. And if he must face this cruel world, then make my heart strong enough to let him go. Morning came gently. The city still slept, but the sky was painted gold. The woman sat by her window. Calm now. Her fear had turned to faith. She placed her hand on her heart, feeling the small life move within. And she smiled. Because she finally understood that she was not chosen for sorrow. She was chosen for a miracle. Soon, a light would be born. A light that no king could extinguish. And when that day arrived, the world would remember her not as the woman who hid in fear, but as the mother of light. The child of the river. It was the last breath of night. The city slept, but inside one small home, silence wasn't peace, it was fear. The moon leaned low, as if it, too, wished to witness what was about to happen. A mother cradled her newborn child, her tears falling like silent prayers. Whispers filled the air. Cruel laws had been written. Every newborn boy was doomed to die. But this mother's heart refused to believe that fate was written by men. She looked into her child's face and saw a glow, a calmness that felt like a message from heaven itself. That night, she worked with trembling hands, weaving a basket not just of reeds, but of hope. Not sealed with tar, but with faith. Camera close-up, her fingers tie the last knot, her breath shaking, her lips moving in silent prayer. Before the first light of dawn, she walked to the river. The water was calm, as if it already knew what she carried. She placed the basket upon the river's edge, looked down at her baby, and his tiny hand gripped her finger, as if to say, "Don't be afraid." Her voice broke as she whispered, "I leave you in the care of the one who owns both the river and destiny." Camera, slow motion, basket placed on water, ripples spreading outward, sunrise light glows golden. The river accepted the gift. It lifted the basket gently, carrying it through the mist and silence, toward a land of power and pride. Camera aerial shot, basket drifting across wide blue water, transitioning toward a grand palace city. At the edge of a great palace, the basket touched the shore. Servants gasped. And soon, the queen herself came forth. Inside lay a child, smiling in his sleep. She held him close and said softly, "This child shall be the comfort of my eyes." From that day, the river's gift grew in the house of his enemies. Protected not by guards, but by destiny itself. The years passed like the flowing river that once carried him. The boy grew strong, gentle, and wise. Inside him echoed a voice, one that no teacher had ever spoken. "You are not born to serve a throne. You are chosen to serve the truth." And one day, under the same sky, beside the same river, the man looked into the water and saw not his reflection, but his purpose. He finally understood. The night of fear, the mother's tears, the river's current, they were all threads of the same divine plan. A whisper echoed through his heart. The one who saved you, now sends you. And so, a mother's prayer, a river's journey, and a child's smile rewrote the destiny of a nation. Some stories are told without names, but their light never fades. This was one of them. The child of the river.